Hi guys, it's Ryan from the Peppermint Apes. Tonight we're reviewing the fantastic new single from the 1975, If You're Too Shy Let Me Know. We recently uploaded our version, our cover video of that song with the fantastic Zach Levine on the saxophone. He's with us tonight. We're going to be showing you our reactions to the first ever release of this song and our review of it. So we look forward to this. Please subscribe to this channel. We're growing. Would love your feedback. Leave us a comment, like the video and enjoy.
Very old style. Nice.
Very.
I like the cool retro intro. That's cool.
Nice bright guitars there. Yes.
Yes. That's what we want.
Got some nice sips in the background there. Great video. Very retro. What a bass line. So 80s.
Yeah. Very cool.
Nice big entrance into the chorus. Like it. Simple video, just standing against a white brick wall.
Yeah.
But simple but effective. It's good use of shadows.
I swear this is different to the Spotify version.
But I wonder if something's going to change in a minute.
More how I remember it.
Or if it's all going to be
Especially on the tour.
standing by the
I
wall.
don't know what the deal with that is. They uploaded the wrong version to Spotify.
It's a cool video.
Sax solo.
Yeah, this is amazing. Unbelievable. This is so much better.
Here we go.
Come on, Zach. Great saxophonist. Great saxophone player. Can't be a good sax solo. Well, guys, so we've all listened to the audio, seen the video. Probably mixed feelings, really. It's all good. I mean, let's start with you, Zach. I mean, what did you think?
Well, I'm going to tell you what I know from the saxophone side of things, which is that the one on YouTube is a bit different from the one that got released as like the actual version on the album. So I listened to the album version, the full 5-minute version, and it sounds good, although parts of the saxophone solo are not there like they are in the live version. And if you listen to the edited version, that's just bad. Saxophone solo gets cut off, which hurt my soul for obvious reasons. And that was kind of disappointing when I was like waiting for that high F sharp hit, and then it just kind of went on. I was, oh, the edit version, I'm not listening to this ever again. But I did like both versions. I mean, like, the thing about the live one is that John's playing just felt so much more free and kind of, what he's used to doing. It felt like just felt like you guys say, like, organic, it just kind of felt like on the spot, like it really was magical when it happened. But I like both versions still. I thought it was killer either way.
No, awesome. I mean, Lewis, let's go over to you, my friend.
Yeah, like literally, I agree with Zach. I was saying I've done 2 reaction videos, like one for when I was listening to the track, and one when I was watching the video. I heard it on Radio 1 through my phone speakers, and I went to listen to the proper version. It's really nice to finally hear it, like to actually hear, the track that we've been working on, and like what we've heard on the YouTube videos for a long time. I haven't got a guitar in front of me or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's like a semitone lower, and it feels slower in the BPM as well. It's got a very different feel to it because it hasn't got the same driving pace. I've just watched a YouTube one, and as soon as it came on, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is what I remember. I remember it feels the same as when I was there. All the live YouTube videos we've watched, it's the same. It's different. It definitely is. The versions they've released on the album to this are definitely different. It's different tempo.
Yeah.
I couldn't say without a key, like without an instrument, but I'm pretty sure. Don't get me wrong, I feel the same as Zach, that it was great to finally hear it. It's just different because there's more ambience going on. What is really cool is to hear more of the like the sub bass parts and the different orchestration textures that they have. that you can't really capture on an iPhone in an audience, like for this.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm really glad to finally hear it. I think the full version, I'll have to listen to it a few times because it's like you hear it once through your phone and only like twice through a set of speakers. So I think I'll get more time to digest it. But overall, I'm just so happy that they've finally got it out there.
So Chris, what did you think of the audio?
I thought, so I hold my hands up to it. I didn't listen to the full version of the audio. I just listened to the edit. Sorry, Zach. So I missed the saxophone solo, I guess. But I heard your saxophone solo, so that's all I need. But
Right.
yeah. I thought it was really good. I love the bass line in it. I thought it was really, really, really good and hooky. Very, very more 80s than I expected it to be. And I thought it was really good. I thought it was good. Probably not as good as I expected from the live video, and I mean obviously our version. And it like you said, Lewis, it is different, isn't it? So it sounds like a completely different song. Now it sort of begs the question: do you think they did it on purpose? Because it's almost like they've done the live video and then they've done, a few people have done covers and stuff of it, and then they've released it, and it's different.
I don't know, Zach, you probably heard this as well, and I don't know, Chris, if you heard it on Radio 1, but Matty was talking about the song before, and he said they did the album a while ago, and now they feel like quite a different band. I don't know if you heard any of that, Zach, when he was talking about that.
What? So they re-recorded it, did they?
Well, no, so it's like they recorded it first, the album, and then obviously they did the tour. But he was saying like they're already about to feel like they're about to do another album, and they said like he was saying they feel like a different band. So there's a good chance they recorded it and just felt different about it, and then on the tour, because that live, obviously we're going to talk about the video in a minute, but the video premiere is exactly as I remember it, seeing it.
Oh, okay. I suppose as when you play it live as well, you always play something different, don't you? So it depends on the venue, how they're feeling on the night, to how they play it, and the dynamics of, like you said, Zach, and the saxophone player is much more organic and much more dynamic because it's live, and everyone feels different, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah, so that was my opinion anyway.
Ryan, and how about you? What did you think?
Yeah, so I mean, I listened to the audio on Spotify. I listened to the edited version as well, just to make sure that it wasn't a remix.
Call yourself a fan.
but I listened to the full version first, so that was a good thing. So I heard the full version, then I thought I'd listen to the edited version as well. So yeah, best of both worlds, I suppose. I was shocked actually. It's all, like you guys just said, it's almost like they fooled us a little bit. They put out their live version. People have done loads of covers, and then all of a sudden they've put this out. I was really impressed with the, like you said, Chris. I love the bass. I know I'm quite biased by saying that. It was quite electronic when it was like synth bass.
Yeah. Definitely 80s thing.
I wouldn't say I was. Yeah, definitely. The intro I thought dragged a little bit. The intro part. Before the guitar kicked in. I thought it was better than the live intro that we had originally with the choir. It's nice. It had some nice delayed guitar sounds. That was quite refreshing. But again, I thought that was a little bit long. But no, I really liked the audio. I was a little bit, I don't know, Zach, you can answer this question, but it almost sounded in the verses, because the saxophone was kind of quite low in the mix, and it almost sounded like a synth sax in places. I mean, I don't know if that was an effect they applied to it. It still sounded great. I loved it, but it didn't sound really 100% real. Am I wrong by saying that?
I hear the saxophone and I hear like a low octave guitar playing with it, like doubling it. That's what I hear. So it kind of gives you a more like metallic, kind of stringy feel to the saxophone sound. But I definitely hear the actual saxophone still. I can pick that out pretty easily. But I agree, it's definitely a little bit lower in the mix on the audio than it was in the live versions. In the live versions, that was one of the things that first stuck out to me. It was like you hear John just go, do the line in the chorus. But I still hear it in the audio.
Fantastic. What did you think, Sam, when you listened to the song?
Yeah, it's like I say, it's different to what we done. I've really enjoyed listening to the bass, like you and Chris said. Even during the drum breakdown after the first chorus, the bass is playing. It's like nice punchy retro 80s kind of feel to it. I agree the sax was a bit low in the mix as well. Still very effective, but I think, like Zach said, there was a guitar playing underneath it as well. Probably like an octave below or something, which filled it out quite a bit. More synth sounds in the background, but how can we hear that listening to a live video? Not great quality. So there's more of them little synths, them tremolos that are going on as well. And like I said, the intro was pretty long. I think there's a lot of reversing effects on that as well. Like there was probably an acoustic guitar being played, and they reversed it in some ways, and then the choir on it. So but overall, really enjoyed it. Big drums, big 80s sound, and really nice vocal on it as well.
I say as well, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but the pre-chorus, it seemed to be like, I mean, it stood out to me more than I expected it to be. I think it's they seem to play each chord and sort of ring it out a little bit, and it sounded a little bit more staccato on the drums and the bass as what we had played it. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think after hearing it, I know what you mean. Maybe that's the slower tempo. Just gives it more time to breathe on those parts, maybe. And it gives the drums some impact, I think. Especially that dum dum gap dum dum dum. That part, like after the thing, that was really cool. Or maybe it's just a pace, like a tempo thing.
I thought it was sounding really good like that.
Yeah, it's powerful.
I think the beat. I think, like we mentioned, the last podcast as well. I think the BPM was a little bit slower as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Within 5.
Yeah. But it works. It works for the audio side of things, for the record when you listen back to it. I suppose for live you want that adrenaline, don't you?
I was say, that BPM might not work live. Slower down. It might just not have the same effect, and that's probably why it's happened that way, I'd imagine.
I do think that the intro sounds better in the live version when it is a little bit faster, because the thing that's nice about the intro is that it's a bit slower compared to the actual song, and so when it has that live energy, it's almost like a huge anticipation, versus when I listen to the audio, I still like the intro, it's nice, it's a really nice melody, the singer's great, but if it just came a little bit faster afterwards, that would have been like, the anticipation was really, really worth it, as opposed to just worth it, which it still was.
It's like a minute and a half, isn't it, the intro? It's really long.
I don't think it's that long, I think it's like 45 seconds.
I'll have to look that up. I'm sure it was ages.
Intro, like until you get to the first vocal or until the drums?
Yeah, until the guitar and all that. I swear it's really long until the first vocal, yeah.
It does drag a bit though. I think that's the
Because we were like, we've got 30 seconds to get people's attention. That's why we cut the intro, and they're like, right, let's do 90 seconds.
That's not the edited version though, to be fair.
Yeah, good point. That'll be what's on radio, won't it? The edited version.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. No radio station wants to play something where the first minute you're like, who is this band? What's happening?
Yeah. Why is it in reverse?
Cool, so that's the audio release. So what did we all think about the video? So we'll start with you, Sam.
I really enjoyed the video, actually. It was very basic. All of them lined up against the wall, basically, and they were set up for like a live environment. So they all had in-ear monitors in, drums are mic'd up, the saxophone had the microphone on it as well, and it was like they were playing live. And I even mentioned in my reaction video that Matt, the singer, his timing with the track was spot on as well. Like the little ad libs that they were doing in the song. I think it was in the just before the sax solo that he's done like an oh, and he just matched it perfectly, and it made you think, oh wow, they're actually playing live by the looks of it. And like I say, it was faster as well in the video. Gave more of that live effect, didn't it? So it was really, 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 really good. I really enjoyed it. Nice and basic, and again, the sound was big. The saxophone was brilliant in it as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Definitely. What did you think, Chris?
Same, Sam. I love the retro feel. It was just so basic, and I think sometimes that really works, especially with a song like this, because there is a lot going on in the audio, and I think if you had a video that's also got a lot going on, I think it would take away from sort of the meaning and what the song does. So I think it was great. And like you said, Sam, it was so good. They must have been playing it live to get it spot on. I mean, I don't know how many takes they must have done to get it spot on, but I mean, it was brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. About you, Ryan?
Awesome. Yeah, I loved it. It was quite basic. I did expect a little bit more. It's quite funny how you've seen quite a few, like we say, cover versions of, like us, for example, loads of takes, effects, and then you see their live versions as well, where they've got loads of effects on stage, and then you just see them against the wall with just performing. It's almost like one camera angle the whole time, but it works. It does work. It's simple but effective. I like the shadows behind it, and they also use some of the effects that were on Final Cut Pro that I was using on my edit, so that was quite
nice. He's a professional.
I've taken it from your video, Ron.
Probably did.
Yeah.
No, but I was impressed. Like I said, I wouldn't say I was disappointed by the video. I was happy with it, but I think it just lacked something. I don't know what it lacked. It was just missing something.
It lacked you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the whole, really impressed. What about you, Zach? What did you think of the video?
So I think, first of all, I have a good idea of what was missing from the video, because this is a crucial element. So this was called an official live video, so this kind of makes sense that this video actually had different audio than the audio that's going to be on the actual album. And so it's a bit faster. It sounds like, I don't know if they actually when they recorded that, or if they just took some live shows and had like some recording. I don't know what they did, but obviously they have live audio for that. It sounds really good, and John sounded great. Saxophone solo was perfect. On the audio from the album version, there's like parts of the solo that are just not there, and they just kind of sound like he's did it in maybe a few takes as opposed to just doing it live. But I will tell you the thing I think is missing from the video, and you can tell me if you agree, is the backup dancers aren't in the video.
Yeah.
And like the dancing kind of gives it this really bouncy feel to it. And when you see dancing, like you kind of want to dance along, and like that's one of the really cool things about seeing them live. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't have, I think they're called the Jaye twins, dancing in the video. I think that may be one of the big things that wasn't there for me.
That's fair enough.
Just to confirm, so anyone that's watching, I mean, Zach and Lewis, you might be able to sort of clarify this then. So it's an official live video. So for people that are watching the YouTube video, it's not really an official music video then. It's like an additional video they've done. Is that correct?
That's what I gather.
That's a video that, yeah. It could, but it still is I sort of assumed it was their promo video,
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, but I think what I'm going to do is just download the MP3 of that video and have that on my phone as well, so I can just listen to either one. Maybe if I feel like in a slower mood, I listen to the album one, but if I want to just listen to the one I remember from all the videos, but without the audience screaming, watch the video version.
It's nice. They're doing it for the fans, giving them multiple versions of the same song. To what mood you're in.
There's three versions. There's the video if you want to dance.
Then.
There's the edit. There's the non-edited if you like good music, and there's the edited if you just, I don't know, if you have bad taste.
You're just an idiot. Like me.
If you're a sellout and you can't pay attention for 5 minutes, I got the edited version for you too.
Guilty.
Yeah, Chris. God.
Cool. What about you, Lou? What did you think about the video?
Yeah, I loved it. The cool thing, there was a couple of cool bits, because I caught the end of the interview, and what I really liked, it was really funny. So Matt was talking about like some of the normal stuff, and he was talking about the virus and the lockdown and all that, and he was saying about how like valuable the NHS and everything is, and it's really weird. And then I looked at the time of the thing, and I was like, oh wow, it's the clap for the NHS at 8. And I thought, oh, that's odd. He's just been talking about that, and now they're putting the video out at 8. And that's what the 2-minute stop at the start was for. So when it premiered at 8, there was that 2 minutes bit of ambient music. That was the clap for the NHS.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I was surprised, because I was like, he's just been talking about this on Radio 1, and then he's putting it out at 8. He's just been talking about the NHS. And Zach, obviously, we don't have like private healthcare and stuff. Like, everyone's tax dollars basically pay for our healthcare service. So everyone's doing this thing at the moment, like 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. Everyone goes outside their front door and like applauds all the EMTs and all that kind of stuff.
It's a lovely thing to do.
We don't have anything like that over here.
It wasn't a drag at all.
Yeah, so that's what that 2 minutes at the start was for, in case you were wondering.
We've got Facebook commentary on how Medicare should be.
you can enlighten us on that.
No, I don't want to.
But yeah,
it's another topic.
I had a couple of really weird realizations. So I was like, okay, this is really cool. I'm looking forward to the video. And then I'm sitting exactly the same place as I was when I was listening to the Spotify one, and I heard the drums. I was like, that's amazing, it's huge. And I was like, I swear this audio's different. And then I looked at the screen this side, and I was like, oh, official live video. All right. And then all of a sudden, my enjoyment went up like 100%. I was like, this is so much better, because this is exactly how I remember it. Like I didn't even read the official live video at the bottom, because like you, I thought it was just gonna be another, because the way they did the promo shots, with Matty standing there and all that kind of stuff, and all that, and I thought, okay, this will be like a big multi-camera angle weird thing that they're gonna do. So it sort of took me by surprise, actually. But then I loved the fact they kept that retro VHS styling, crackling sort of
Definitely
videotape thing. I thought that was great. As soon as I realised what it was, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. This is exactly what I was hoping for. It's exactly what I was remembering. Because there's nothing wrong with the audio. It's just different to what I remember it as, or what we've learnt it as, and how we've all played it. As soon as I saw this, and I sort of fell in about 40 seconds in, I was like, right, okay, now we're talking. I thought it was great. I thought it was the sax solo that John did that you were saying, that it was so much better here. I think it was like really authentic.
Yeah.
You could tell he was really into it, wasn't he? Especially when he's reaching for that high note at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I loved every second of the video. I thought it was great. It was simple, to the point. I thought it was really cool when Matty was like changing left to right. Like he was doing the position change. And you had George, and I don't know what the other guitar player's name is, but they were singing harmonies at the same time, which was quite cool as well. So obviously there's the bit of the gap. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really, really good.
Brilliant. So yeah, it's been quite good doing this video tonight, lads. But before we wrap this up, let's all go round and rate the audio and the video out of 10, really. So we'll start with you, Sam. So audio and video out of 10.
I'll give the audio probably an 8. Video, I'm easily a 10, just because it's right up my street.
Fantastic. Why was the audio not a 10?
Bits were, like as the other lad said, cut short. Things were different in the mix. The video just gave it that more drive. I just preferred that.
Fantastic. Awesome. Over to you, Chris. So how would you rate the audio and the video out of 10?
So for the audio, like I said, I made the mistake of listening to the edit version, so I couldn't appreciate the full-length version. So I'm sure my judgment might change if I listen to the full version on Spotify. And like have you guys said, it's also different to the YouTube video audio as well. So that's the reason why I like the saxophone solo wasn't full. Radio edits always wind me up, because I think they take away the elements of the song that people enjoy, and they just sort of change it for commercial viability. But that is what radio is, isn't it? But it is a bit annoying, especially as you're a musician as well. The video, nothing's a 10, is it? Really?
It is for Sam.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fantastic.
No, 9 out of 10. So yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant. Over to you, Lewis.
Audio 6 or 7. Video 10,
wow.
Easy. Because that's the version that I've heard and love. So the video was perfect. It did what it needed to do, but it's all about the song in the video. Do you know what I mean? It's not really about the video. It's a live performance.
So the audio is between 6 and 7 out of 10. So it's a bit disappointing for you then.
Yeah, it's just like you say. It drags a bit more. That's all, and it just feels like it's in a different key. I can't confirm that because I've heard it twice and I haven't got an instrument to check, but it just feels a bit lower. It's just missing the drive and the pace and the energy. I think that's what I love about the live one. You feel the drums at a faster tempo and the bass, and it just pushes the beat, and it's got that like really driving, energetic tempo. So as soon as I heard that and realised, I was just that's amazing. So yeah, the audio in the video, easily a 10, is exactly what I wanted. And yeah.
Fantastic, awesome. What about you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the audio a little bit more generous than I want. I'm gonna give the audio a 9. Actually, I still really like the audio. To Lou's point, I actually looked at my piano earlier because I was wondering about some of the little minor differences in John's solo. It is in the same key. It's still in D major. I think the reason why maybe it sounds like it might be a little bit lower is just because there's a lot of lower instrumentation going on, and so you're hearing a lot of lower sounds that you're not used to hearing. And so it feels like a little bit of a different song, but I still think the audio is great. There's a lot of really good harmony too, like vocal harmony and cool vocal lines that I really enjoyed. I know the saxophone solo, like a couple parts I really wanted back there, and maybe a few BPM faster, and I really would have enjoyed it. But honestly, I'm going to be listening to it all week and all weekend, so I'm still going to give that a 9. The video, I'm going to give a 9.75. I really liked it. I would have liked the dancing, and I honestly would have liked a little bit more. I didn't really hear as much harmony in the video in certain parts as like I heard in the audio. So, the live version, you don't hear that much harmony, but I was like, there was a couple of times where I'm like, well, they're doing this live, they can add a little harmony in this. So that was my take on that.
Awesome.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, so for the audio, I would say 8 out of 10 for the actual audio that I listened to. The video, I'd say 7 out of 10. Audio-wise, if I was to go by the audio on the video, I'd probably say 9 out of 10. I thought I can hear the slight difference now. Now you guys have sort of pointed it out. I didn't notice it at the time, but it was quite punchy and it grooved. I did enjoy the video. I thought it was simple but effective. I'm sure I'll grow to love it, but I don't know. As a video editor myself, I was just expecting something a little bit more. So 7 out of 10. But on the whole, I think we can all say it's a brilliant track, isn't it, guys?
It is great.
Definitely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely. Brilliant
Yeah,
song.
I think it'll be a fan favourite for a long time.
I'm already a fan, girl. Well, thanks for giving your opinions, guys, and thanks again for you, Zach, for sharing your time with us.
No problem.
You did the fantastic sax parts on the recording. You was on the podcast the other day, and you've joined us again today. So look forward to working with you again.
Yeah, me too, guys.
Thanks, Zach.
Cheers, dude.
See you later.
Take care. All look after yourself.
You too.
Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you can be updated of all our videos going forward. Leave us a comment. Also, check out our cover version of this song, the 1975 If You're Too Shy, Let Me Know. It's on our YouTube page. It does feature the fantastic Zach Levine on the saxophone. We also did a podcast as well featuring Zach, talking about his influences as well. Check that out. It's episode 4, Influences. But yeah, hope you enjoy, guys, and please subscribe. Take care.